Hello, welcome to the Kimbley IT Founders Podcast for February 2024. I'll look back on that month. Shorter month than normal. Actually, it wasn't actually. It was a leap year, so it's actually a longer month than normal for February anyway.
Longer for February, shorter than another month, yeah.
Yep. We actually launched a new ad campaign during February, at the start of February, on some popular platforms. But we had this really weird situation where we were getting a lot of leads coming in, but they were all for residential people, like such as one person wanted their Xbox that they purchased off eBay fixed, and other people wanting laptop repairs and things like that. And we can't work out what was going on here. Why are we getting these? These are clearly not what we're advertising against. And it looked after a bit of an investigation. I looked into it, and it looked like Google had not correctly noted our negative keyword list. So negative keyword list is a big list that we've had for growing over the years of keywords that our adverts definitely should not show against when people search for it. And it's always been used. It's always been loaded into the campaign. But I don't know. It's because Google Ads has had a recent redesign, because they're always redesigning it to make it more confusing so they can try and get more money off you. It seems like that negative keyword list hadn't fully loaded in. So I reloaded all the negative keyword lists into the campaign. And since then, they've all dropped off, haven't we? We haven't had anyone asking for a repair on a laptop or anything like that so far.
Wow. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, that makes total sense, and shows that if you haven't got your negative keyword list, you're in big trouble for spending your budget.
Yeah, luckily it didn't really affect our budget too much, but we were getting weird leads come in. The interesting thing that it showed us was just how little people read or take any attention to what's there. Because even though our adverts might have been showing up on wrong searches, the adverts themselves specifically just talk about business IT support. Yeah. When you click through on that, it goes to our business IT support page. It's all about business IT, how much it costs and what's included. It has nothing about Xbox repairs, has nothing about laptop repairs, has nothing about some weird one that came in through that they said that we were taking money from their bank and stuff like that. Yeah. all these odd things. It's just like, you clearly are not reading this website. You're not reading what's on offer. You're just finding the contact page and going straight in there and messaging or doing whatever to try and send a message through. And it's just I didn't realize it was that bad. I thought whenever I buy stuff, I always check that the company I'm contacting actually does what I do, what I need. It's a service that's on offer. But it's crazy the amount of people that don't check that.
No,
it's just nuts.
Very, very clear that was, wasn't
it? Yeah, absolutely nuts that was. So in the January's podcast about January, we mentioned that we had a new lead that had been sent to us from Google. Yeah, and we'd give an update on that. Discussions are still ongoing. You're off for a second site visit to them, I think next week. Yeah. I'm hoping that whatever happens, if it goes ahead or doesn't go ahead, we'll have whatever happens sealed by I suspect by the end of April, just because of the speed, the slowness of communication and stuff like that between them. But I'm hoping at the end of April we'll know either way if we're going to be doing stuff with them or not.
Yes, I hope so too.
Talking about new videos now on our YouTube channel. February was a shorter month than normal, so I didn't have as much time to make videos. And I was busy, so I only made one. That's my excuse. I need to think of a new excuse. So I've only done one video the last few months. So I really looking to do at least 2 videos per month. But anyway, this one was about how to use Chrome Desktop. So every so often we fall back on Chrome Desktop. So we use a system by a company called Enable to connect into people. Yeah. And it's usually pretty decent, but it can be buggy, especially with Macs. Yes. Connecting with Macs. So Chrome Desktop is basically our fallback. And this video essentially is a video we can show people how to generate the code and stuff like that we need, because that can take a bit of time and it can be a bit confusing because it depends if you've got the extensions installed in Chrome or not. You may have to install them before you can generate all this kind of stuff. So the video covers that all off, and hence it's on the YouTube channel, and it's actually getting a bit of traction. So I had to put some warnings on there. If someone from Microsoft has contacted you that they want to connect into your computer to help you because you've detected a virus, do not follow this video because they're scammers. So there's plenty of warnings on there to try and stop scammers from using this video as a guide to send to people on how to get into their computer and steal stuff from them. New blog posts, however, we did a lot of those. I did 5 new blog posts. To be fair, 3 of them were ones that were previously there, just needed updating. And they came in because they were normally, as I normally build blog posts, it's based on questions that we get asked often. And one of our clients was asking about email signatures Because they were doing email signatures, but they hadn't considered all the limitations of having a complex email signature. So the fact is that most people view emails on their mobile phone. So if you've got big logos and stuff like that, it will either crunch the email down to a small size, you've got to zoom in to read it, or start adding horrible horizontal scroll bars, and you've got to scroll over the right place to see it. And they hadn't thought about that, so I sent them a link to the blog post, and they go, that's really good. And they've now gone back to a simple style signature rather than this one that they were going to do. So that blog post's been around for a while, but I updated it again. Next one was, I think you had a question from somebody who were asking about how a legitimate email ended up in spam.
Yes.
And we had a blog post about that, but I updated that again, and it's really just to showing, because especially now with Google's recent announcements about really checking for SPF, DKIM, and DMARC, which are ways that authenticate emails. And if it's missing one of those, it's very likely to go into the spam folder. And that was there to explain that. Other one was a question I had, actually. It was a misunderstanding, because we had an end user get in contact, and the subscriber was asking about they found, what was it? They found that program on their Mac, which is not Task Manager. What's it called on Mac?
Activity Monitor.
Yeah, Activity Monitor. And they thought it was a bit of software that was recording their activity and sending it, and it wasn't that. It was Activity Monitor. And so we actually have a blog post called, it's now called, I renamed it, how we safeguard your privacy, and it lists out what we can see and what we can't see and what we can do and what we can't do on your computer. I don't think any other IT company actually has one of those publicly available anyway.
Never seen one.
I sent her a link to that, and she goes, "Oh, that's brilliant to know that stuff, but it's not actually what I was talking about. I was talking about this Activity Monitor program." It's like, oh, well, that's just like your Task Manager. If that's programs, it shows you what programs are running and if you need to kill them and things like that, if they're playing up. The other one was, a common question we have is, why has a website that I frequently visited been blocked?
Yes.
Yeah, people don't understand that the web is a living thing and it changes all the time. Websites are attacked, they're hacked, they're changed, they're varied, change their domains and all that. And sometimes it's going to get blocked, because any good web filtering system is going to always err on the side of caution when it's not sure what's happened to a website. And some people do ask, why is it being blocked? We actually have a blog post that explains all the reasons why that website that you went to yesterday you're not being allowed to see it today.
Yeah.
And then finally, this was a new blog post, because Gemini for Google Workspace was rolled out, and we've handed it out to some clients who've been quite popular with the requests for using it. And one of the features is able to prompt it to respond to an email or compose an email for you. And the way Google has the composition box is not very clear that you can actually put a lot of stuff in there. So I think the message on there is just, what do you want Gemini to talk about?
Yes.
And you just type that in, and most people say, send an email about buying something or whatever. But you can actually put a ton of stuff in there. You can put a whole, like you do on ChatGPT, you can put a whole prompt in there. Like, I want it to be in bullet points. I want 3 bullet points in there. I want a summary, and I want all this kind of stuff. And you can put that in there, but it's not obvious from the interface that you can do that kind of stuff. So this blog post shows you how to do that.
Yeah.
Finally, our assistance and support statistics for Feb. 94 people got in contact with us. Out of those 94, 79 got in touch because they wanted assistance, how to do something better. And in comparison, only 15 were asking for support where something needs looking at, maybe not working as expected. As I said last time, we're using new terminology. So we're calling it a complete interaction from when they get in contact with us to when they return to work. So out of those looking for assistance, 53 received a complete interaction within 5 minutes. So they asked their question, we told them how to do something better, and that was all within 5 minutes.
Yeah.
22 received between 3 and 30 minutes, and 4 requests for assistance were more nuanced and took over 30 minutes to complete. That's normally when it's a bit more detailed, like a Google Sheet or something like that, and you need to go a bit more detailed into understanding what the actual aim of the person is, what they're trying to achieve. Out of the subscribers sending messages of support, 6 received a complete interaction within 5 minutes, and 9 received it within 30 minutes. Here's a good one. 89 of them contacted us through our unique instant messaging service, which is always the quickest way to get in contact. 3 emailed. We had 1 video call to get in contact, which is very rare. That was with me. I just had a video call come through, and it was a subscriber wanting some help. 1 person used WhatsApp. Again, that was to me. Luckily, I noticed it because it's not an official way to get in, and if I hadn't seen it, they'd never have got a response. I think they'd done that by mistake, using WhatsApp rather than Google Chat on their phone. But either way, they were sorted. And out of everyone who got in contact, 6 would not have needed to get in contact if they just had a bit of regular training and they'd have known what to have done, as usual. But that's a wrap. That's everything that happened in February.
It's quite a lot, really, when you think about it.
Yeah. Well, I cut some stuff out, but yeah, there's a bit in there. Anyway, we'll be back at the start of next month, hopefully, to do a look back at this month of March.
Indeed.
Speak to you then.
Ta-da.
Bye.
Bye.